welcome back to my channel. This is your host, Joshua, and today's episode we're going to talk about fun and the awkward moments and painful moments with our crushes. But before that, we have to recap last like yesterday we have talked about how is dating in Dubai. So actually one of our viewers shared her experience on how she dated in Dubai. So she said, actually, there is one. I believe it's one of my first time trying to meet a man in my life in and also trying to meet one in Dubai. Guy's a dog owner and he said for our first meet that I should meet him for a dog park walk. It's actually a dog park date. He walked his dog, and then we would just walk and get to know each other. She's so cute. Along the way, since I am new in Dubai, the cab was going to a very similar road. That's when I realized when she got out of the car, that park was right next to her eldest brother's place. Wow. Like, what are the odds? She said, it almost made me want to back out and think this is a sign from the universe that I should not start dating in Dubai. All the time, I was busy looking over my shoulder like a fugitive, thinking my oldest brother would see me with some random guy. That is so funny, right? Like if you are dating and you are walking right through the next door of your brother or your family, it's really awkward. So anyway, let's go back to our topic, which is crushes, the fun and the awkward and the painful moments. So again, welcome back to my podcast. And today, as promised, we will discuss something that everyone experienced, right? Everyone has a crush. The one that is fun and awkward ones and even the painful ones. If you're watching live, drop in the chat your funniest or most awkward moments with your crush. I'll read some out loud, and if you're watching later, please leave in the comments. Let's go get into it later. I mean, I can read it after the podcast. All right. Okay, let's start then. Okay, so crushes are so wild. Like one minute you see someone and like, yeah, they're like cool. And then the next minute you don't like them anymore, right? Or the next minute you are already daydreaming that you are going to get married, to have kids. It's so advanced. I know girls, you're thinking about this. And you know the fun part is that crushes makes you more like excited. You always want to go to school if you are studying, or you want to go to work if you're working. It's like inspires you to go to do things, which is a good idea, right? I mean, like it's like a positive for, at least for me, it's a positive sign. Like you are actually you are so how can I say this? You are so energized to do things, to do the things which your crush is, or if you're studying and your crush is studying as well, like it's like a motivation for you, isn't it? And let's see, but then some part of it is also awkward. You're like, if there's like, if you see your crush and walking by, you actually like you want to act as normal, like you want to act like as a normal person, but your brain is screaming like, don't look stupid, don't look. And of course, that's when you drop your phone, or you trip over, or something happened under during the day that makes you feel so shy. And like sometimes even a small hi from him or from her feels like it's the best moment of your life, isn't it? And when there's also like a painful side of having a crush, sometimes if you catch a feelings but they don't feel the same. And of course, the worst part is that they are like some of them are like your best friend. Yes, I know. Sometimes we catch feelings with our best friend. And that's the one that's really hurt. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Even if crushes don't work out, they teach you a lot about yourself. And it also teaches you like what do you like or how you handle these kind of feelings and sometimes how to move on. There's a time as well like when I remember that I have like a crush with someone and I didn't know that it was like go over heels crush, like during my senior high, I have to write all the chat like text messages in a notebook, and I have like the whole notebook to write on what we've been like discussing during like every single day. And at some point, I was heartbroken because I was actually very young, and of course, my parents doesn't really like me to have a relationship because we were taught that we have to finish our school, like our studies, before getting into a serious relationship. So I was heartbroken, and you know what I did? I wrapped this notebook with a tape, and I buried it in the like in the soil, like in the backyard. So I like tape it a lot. I think it's still there. I'm not sure, but because it's been so like 20 years maybe, and we already have like how can I say, like extension of our house, so it's already overlapped. So I'm not sure, but anyway, that was so painful for me. But the fun part is that whenever I see him, like I was so excited. In Philippines, we have this word kilig, while you feel like some like people says like it has you feel like there's a butterfly in your stomach. So that's how I feel like before. And I there's also the time that if I think about it, there's also one time in my life that I have a crush on with a person, and every time that I look at her, like I look this someone, is like I feel like so energized and I really want to go to school. This is the time that I was in the university, and it wasn't like I had like a few crush actually, but I realized that these people that I have a crush on, I discovered that I am actually very selective. So I like people that are smart and can converse. So these kind of things like it's so nice that you discovered what you like and what you don't like. I Sometimes I feel like having a crush is inspirational, but at some point that you fall in love to that person, then it becomes so difficult, right? So that's it. That's end of our topic, and I want to ask you, what's the most awkward thing you've done in front of your crush? Like think back. What is the worst thing? And second, do you think it's better to tell your crush how you feel or you just keep it quiet? Honestly, for me, I don't. I like right now nowadays, like we think that like how you say, like feminism, like if whatever the guys can do, women can do, right? But it's still I feel still awkward of saying to the guy like, "Hi, I like you," right? It feels so awkward. It's still nice that the guy will going to approach you and tell you that he likes you, right? And also the princess treatment. I feel like if the girl will tell the guy that she likes him, I feel the princess treatment is not there anymore. It feels so nice to be treated as princess. I believe in a fairy tale, so that's me. The first question is, what is the awkward thing you've done in front of your crush? For me, I think, if I think about it, I think, there's one time that we had it's like a high school thing, like you will be in the school, you will have a retreat. So I wrote in a notebook, I think, and then he borrowed it, and he saw his name in my notebook, which is like scribbled thing, because I erased it like with a pen, but then he able to know it. There's a game before, it called Flames. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, with FLAMES, and you have to write your name and your last name, and then you have to check if you both are good with each other, match with each other. So those stupid things that you do when you were young, right? So drop your answers, and I want to see how brave or how chaotic you are, guys. Seriously, I'm so curious about it. And okay, so that's it for episode 2, which is our crushes. Every time I say crushes, I still smile. It's so cute. Like, I feel like it's like teenager moments, right? And it's always fun sharing these moments and hearing your stories too, which is I'm going to wait for it. And next time we will go deeper and talking about red flags in the relationship and how to spot them early. And that's one gonna be so interesting, right? Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment, like, and share if you like this podcast. And I'm going to wait for your funny story for your crushes. And I will see you in my next episode. Take care, guys. Good night. Ciao.